so.
And we'll see whether or not those big bats can get it going. For South Lake Charles, a very special memory they bring with them here. That story from Aaron Andrews.
Gary, this team has dedicated their season to longtime South Lake coach Raymond Fontenot, otherwise known as Cheeks. He's a legend, coached for 42 years. Sadly, he passed away just 3 weeks ago. So to pay tribute to him, the team is kissing their hands and patting his picture that sits in their dugout as they walk out onto the field. His daughter, LaDonna, is here tonight in her father's memory, and a special moment for me. She gave me her father's pouch filled with golden dollars. What he used to do was pass out these gold coins to the players that he thought performed the best and performed the hardest, and tonight after the game she will do the very same. She will pass out these gold coins to her players, guys.
So a very special memory and a very special reason for these kids to look to get the W as if they needed an extra. For these kids, an opportunity that so many wanted and so few get. One of the luckiest. And there is Raymond Cheeks Fontenot, who for over 30 years coached in the program, passed away from cancer just a few months ago. So this team is dedicated.
Stay down, see it in.
Their drive in this Little League World Series to the man who they have great respect for. Many of the kids name him as their hero and their idol.
And when they lost Cheeks, Gavin Cicchini's mom took over and managed Cheeks' team. So it was everybody pitching in.
3 innings with 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a very excited fan with Aaron Andrews.
Absolutely. I'm here with Gavin's mother, Raisa. Your son hasn't pitched since July. You find out he's taking the mound tonight. What were you thinking?
I actually wanted to throw up. Truthfully, I did, but you know, we're very Christian people, and we believe that God has a purpose and a reason, and there's a purpose for him being out there tonight, so we accept it.
Well, 6 Ks says it all. So what do you think of his performance? I mean, you've got some experience in the dugout there as a coach.
I think he's doing a great job throwing a little too many pitches. I wish he'd get more strikes earlier in the count and get them out quicker so I won't be so nervous.
You haven't gotten sick yet, have you?
No, not sick yet.
Special story we're telling about, as your son just made a catch right there. Telling about Cheeks and how you took over for his team. How did that come about?
Cheeks was a great guy, and he asked me to be his assistant coach when Gavin was 11, and so I told him sure I would, and then he got very ill during, like January, March, and so I just took over the team, and we whenever he could come, he came, and that's basically how it happened. He asked me to take care of him, and I did my very best that I could.
And you've got your gold coin here right around your neck.
This will always be special to me because Cheeks gave every kid a gold coin when they got 2 hits or a single if they were a sub, and it gives me the chills just to think about it because we have all those coins at our house, and it means a lot to all of us. And we want to tell his wife back home we're trying to do it for Cheeks here.
Well, we got your video camera. Watch your son take your film of him. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Full advantage of that. Back to his role model. I know you see the movie The Rookie right there, but Coach Cheeks, the gentleman that volunteered for so many years and coached these young boys. They lost him to cancer, and now they've dedicated their season to him.
Talk so much about these offenses. South Lake Charles.
Volunteer Stadium. They are managed by Josh Corman, but a guy who's impacted all of their lives in Lake Charles. Their former coach, Raymond Cheeks Fontenot, and here's his story.
They wear them around their necks, each of them a gold coin. But to the Southwest team, they are worth so much more than a single dollar. They are reminders of a coach they called Cheeks and the lives he touched.
He did everything he could for us. He worked his butt off at practices. We knew he was real special in our life.
It was during his 42 years of service with the South Lake Charles Little League that Raymond Cheeks Fontenot began handing out dollar coins to his players.
All 12-year-olds has to get at least 2 hits, and if you're 11-year-old and you get 1 hit, you'll get a golden coin. It told me that he didn't care much about money, that he just liked going out there and teach kids.
In December, Cheeks was diagnosed with lung cancer.
When we found out that he was sick, we made it a point to dedicate this season to him.
He told me and Gavin, like, if y'all make the All-Star team and y'all make it all the way, I'm going to go with y'all.
But Coach Cheeks never made it to Williamsport.
My parents just came in and said Coach Cheeks passed away. It was very sad.
When he passed away, you know, it was a tough moment for 12-year-olds, for me.
In his memory, all the boys wear one of his gold coins inscribed with the word Cheeks. And in this way, he is still with them, in their dorm, in the dugout, and in their hearts.
It's made us stronger. I think it's made us realize that baseball is a game, you know, life is life.
Just play hard like he told us, try to win, but win or lose, he'll always be in our heart.
So you know the kids from Lake Charles are thinking about Cheeks Fontenot. Josh Corman and company looking for a way back into this one, trailing 6-0. And just to work it in rules-wise, in case you're wondering, the kids are not allowed to wear those necklaces. Part of Little League rules prohibits players from wearing watches, rings, pins, jewelry, or other metallic items. So for the bulk of them, they'll hang them in the dugout or put them someplace where they can touch them for luck, etc., but not actually allowed to wear them in Little League World Series play. Let's go downstairs to Orestes.
You know, guys, we were talking about Coach Cheeks, Ray Fontenot, who passed away, obviously, in early July. The tradition of passing out the gold coins has been continued by his daughter, who continues to pass out the gold coins for the kids that play well. And also, a couple of the kids were pallbearers in his funeral. Tim Katera, number 5, and number 10, Gavin Caccini, were pallbearers at his funeral. So a very rich tie to Coach Cheeks and this team. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks very much. 1 out, a man aboard. Lake Charles trailing this one 6-0.